Good morning, afternoon, and evening to all you crypto lovers out there. This is Krypton Calls. I'm your host, Paul, joined by my partner, Sean. Today, we have a very special meme coin called Fonzie, which we can't wait to learn a lot about. Okay, so guys, could you tell me a bit about your team before we get into Fonzie itself?
Of course. My name is Fonzie, creator of Fonzy Coin. We have Waffle Jaw and Ness and Jack here today with us. Waffle and Ness have been helping out a lot with our Telegram, and then Jack has been helping a lot with the French community. And Fonzy Coin is a token that originally launched during meme coin season about 5 or 4 weeks ago, and really had like a good start. I would say we did a lot of burning activities to burn the tokens, burn the token supply, and had those kinds of events for holders. And then we've kind of as we've seen meme coin season kind of slow down, and volume across all meme coins slow down, we're looking to see what we can do next. And I myself have been a founder for an NFT project called Froggy Friends for over a year, and have a reputation of being a developer, building out utility for that and for my NFT project. I'll let Waffle and Ness go, and if you guys want to share a little bit about yourselves.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ness is here. He's unmuted, but
I'm here.
Oh, okay, good. You want to go ahead first, Ness?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I've been supporting Fonzie since right before the whole thing launched. Waffle Jaw actually told me that somebody needed help with setting up a Telegram and bots and things like that, like the chat managing bots. And I really don't know that much about NFTs, but I'm really I love to learn. I'm a teacher, and I've been learning a lot since I've joined the team with Fonzie. Fonzie's been going into ordinals a lot, BRC20 tokens, so it's all brand new stuff that's happening right now in crypto, and I'm real excited about it. I'm the social media guy, so you'll see me a lot on Twitter and the Telegram, and hopefully we can get a Discord running soon. I also have created a Facebook account and a Reddit page, which I can share in the chat in just a second. So yeah, hi everybody. I'm Ness.
Great to meet you. Waffle Jaw, if you want to just tell us a little about yourself as well.
Hey, yeah. So been in crypto quite a long time. Some familiar faces around here, just well known more in the BSC space. Yummy's not in here, but he's a really good friend of mine. I've known him for several years. He told me about this Fonzie token that was coming out, asked for a little bit of help, and I was like, sure. I manage the Telegram. I'm a Telegram manager. Try to set up AMAs, do whatever I can for Fonzie. But yeah, I've been in crypto for quite a long time. Some people recognize me. Some people love me. I don't think anyone hates me. But yeah, man.
Yeah. About that, because nobody hates you. Now, my
Okay, I had a question that I was actually wondering why you called it Fonzie, but I assume it's literally because Fonzie's name in here is Fonzie. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, how did he think of Fonzie? Like, but in terms of the character itself, I assume it's kind of coming off that big Pepe rise. I assume you kind of set up, if you're about 4 weeks old now, you probably set up shortly after that. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Pepe launched about, I want to say, 3 or 4 weeks before we launched Fonzy Coin, and the character on the frog is my it's like my IP for my NFT, and
cool.
I kind of reused that there for Fonzie Coin. We have Yummy, who's not who's actually on vacation right now, but he is the artist, so he's been creating a lot of the memes that we've been putting out on our Twitter page for Fonzie Coin. You'll see like all of the memes that he's created, and he was just cranking out memes like left and right, and they're, iconic memes that everyone knows and loves, just with the Fonzie character in it.
Yeah, I've actually seen even just the sticker pack itself. Pretty impressive. There's a lot inside there, and there's quite a few of them that are actually just like their actual memes, but just kind of a Fonzie version of them. It's awesome, and I've seen a couple of the other actual memes themselves. It's pretty cool. So tell us about the launch. Was it a pre-sale? Was it a fair launch? How did you go about that?
Yeah, it was fair. I put out the announcement on my Twitter, my personal Twitter account, that I was going to be launching a meme coin, and I put it out on a Friday night, and then within 8 minutes we sold out our pre-sale. And just we raised 32 ETH at that time, so it was a little bit over $60,000.
Nice.
And and that was it was overwhelming at the time. I didn't expect that kind of support, but it did happen. And and so we closed off after hitting our hard cap. We launched the next day at 4:20 p.m. We launched public and
perfect time.
Launched exactly. Yeah. 4:20 p.m. is iconic. So we had the public launch, and then we had pretty good volume on the first day. I think about 10 million in trading volume, and that was really that was a really strong start. And so that's kind of a little bit about our beginnings and a little bit of background there.
Yeah. And just another thing, why did you decide to go on ETH, say over Binance Smart Chain or any other chains out there? Is it because of just the ETH is just kind of doing fairly well at the moment after that big massive pump?
I think there are a couple of reasons. That's definitely one of them. Like Pepe Coin on ETH started a whole trend of ETH or coins on ETH, and then the second thing is I'm a developer on ETH, so like I've learned Solidity and how to develop smart contracts. So I've developed like quite a lot of contracts before, and this was my first ERC20 token with a liquidity pool and trade and trading on like DeFi trading. So it was exciting for me to be able to develop it and launch it, being the first one.
Absolutely. And I see you have a 0% tax as well in buy and sell, so that's pretty decent. Was the idea that maybe it would just be completely kind of community dominated, where you'd be pushing it just through pure community energy? Is it?
Yeah, it's really a community token. Like we don't have any buy tax, we don't have a sell tax. We renounced the contract. We locked the liquidity for 10 years. There's really no risk involved in terms of like if you invest in it and like let's say you buy some tokens, there's no ability for the founders or the dev to pull the liquidity out. There's no rug capabilities. So that's
very doesn't happen a lot. I invest a lot in crypto. I must say that's pretty amazing. That's good job.
Absolutely. So I was looking on your website as well. It says you have 1,500 holders. Is that figure correct? Those are pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah, the last time we updated, it was 1,500 holders. That's I mean, anything over 1,000 is pretty strong.
Yeah,
and that's
massive,
that's quite a lot of people.
We are 52 of them. The French. Just to let you know. We can play with numbers with that. I'm going to tell you one thing. There is the two oldest private banks in Switzerland that still exist, called Lombard Odier and Pictet, who are very wealthy banks. They're not like you can buy their shares or whatever. It's always the same thing. You build a brand like Fonzie did with his NFTs, now his token. The only thing for me is the focus on few things at the beginning, and then you will bring a lot of people, like those two banks. You can check that, Lombard and Pictet. They will create ETF, a lot of different products. They're now maybe the two biggest private banks in the world. They're bigger than Goldman Sachs. They have 1 trillion under management for Pictet in Switzerland. Again, you can buy a share of that bank. It's privately owned, but they're very well known if you do your DD for 5 minutes.
You could probably buy a share, but I imagine they're not going much higher. So,
sorry,
1 trillion.
Yeah, no. But this is Switzerland. This is the country.
I understand.
Yeah, this is forever. And they were very good to create a brand that was okay, we are those type of people. At the time, we talk about the 18th centuries. So we talk about a very long time ago. So it was we have a brand. This is the catchphrase of our bank is whatever it is that I can't translate because I'm not very good to translate from French. Fonzie is very good. He created frogs, NFTs. Now a token that is called Fonzie. That's a very, very good base. And he has to build around that. And he's going to bring people because that brand is strong already.
Yeah, it's true. A brand is literally the most important thing about growing a project. And you build a community around that brand as well.
Yeah, and personally, I don't care about the price of the market cap of Fonzie right now. If it's 200,000 or 2 million, that's not my goal. And my goal is to understand what Fonzie wants to do. For the first time, I bought 5 days ago, something on BRC20 and ordinals and stuff that I didn't know anything about a week ago. But Fonzie was great through his Twitter to explain things that were difficult for me to understand. But finally, I got 5,500 MRCX stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It's just because the guy is capable to brand something and his presence. You know that the guy will answer, that will participate to conversation. That's the future, like it was the past. It's as long as you have someone like that, at some point you will succeed and people will make money with it. People will enjoy it. And that's the big difference with a lot of meme coins or crypto or other cryptos, and very happy for people who made millions or thousands of dollars with PP, but Pepe is nothing. There is nothing behind it for me, outside that it is a character that has been reappropriated at some point by the right wing in the US and whatever, and neither left or right. That's it. Fonzie is different. Build on that. Be patient.
Yeah, I will say.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my. I will listen. Cut my.
See, I will say Fonzie is an innovator. He seems to find the things that are about to trend right before they trend. And I think what Jack was talking about is BTC having their own tokens on there that's really, really new, and you can mint them for free. We all had the ability to mint tokens for free that were, you mint them for free, maybe cost you $20 in gas, and they're worth $500 or $600, and no one even knows how to do it. So we've got Fonzie here. He explained us a great walkthrough on how to even purchase BTC project coins because it's so new. And then there's the ordinals. There's so many great things. But yeah, I think that he's such an innovator that it makes sense that him having his own token. He's had a very successful NFT line. That's, I mean, I don't know how many thousands and thousands of ETH has ran through that project. So, I mean, Fonzie right now is sitting at, we'll say, maybe a 200K market cap. It's a no-brainer that this token is going to hit 30 million plus. It's going to take a little time.
It's really good. I was actually looking at the market cap and the liquidity is essentially half of what the market cap is, which is extremely high. Especially, most projects you see the liquidity might be 10% or maybe 20% of whatever the market cap is if you're lucky. This is about half, so about 50%. It's very, very impressive.
It's very impressive, and when they are 20, they go down to 2% in 3 days. We know Rockwell. We see that all the time, which is not the case there. So that's why we defend on my side with my group of people that have a certain amount of money. I'm not going to tell you what are our wallets, but we have a lot of Fonzie token.
Yeah.
And people who are smart can follow what we're doing. We're doing it for a reason. Meaning we don't really need, I'm sorry, it's maybe pretentious, but if I lose 20,000K with Fonzie, my life and the people around me will not change.
Yeah.
But we are here for another reason. Because we believe in Fonzie and the idea behind it and the time that it will take, being patient. The world is changing. We're learning with him. So, it's important that the people that are listening to us understand that. There is a token that a lot of people can understand because crypto is there now for a long time. This is the Fonzie token that is an ERC token, Ethereum, is easy to exchange on MetaMask and whatever. There is no fee to pay and whatever. You have the gas fee, but, I do believe, and I'm not alone. I have a group of people with me. We do believe in that. So we will support that. Even if I see tomorrow that the token lost 90%, we will play a little bit with our wallets, which we did already. If everybody follow the price, we did that. But we're not going to leave the project. And we're going to listen to Fonzie.
Solid base of holders there.
Yeah, exactly. And again,
it's always good to have big backing.
All the ideas. Now I got the mic.
Can you check DM?
Sorry?
Please. Oh, can you just check your DM?
Yeah, no worries. Just while I'm doing that as well. So earlier on, Fonzie, you mentioned that you did some burns. Now, when I looked up the website, it said, is there 200 trillion circulating supply? So was it higher at some point, or what's the story of that?
Yeah, so the initial starting supply was 420 trillion, and we burned 220 trillion total. That was roughly worth, I want to say, around $300,000 worth of tokens that we burned to benefit holders.
Yeah.
And so we had that event very early on. But I did want to talk about this topic about what it really is. It's education and alpha, or alpha with education sprinkled in. But basically, what I'm doing for my Fonzie token holders is educating them about new topics. So, like for example, like on Bitcoin, there's ordinals, and then there's BRC20 tokens and inscriptions, and a lot of that can be confusing for people. But myself being a developer, I like to dive into those things and learn them, and there are a lot of like opportunities with when there's new things that come. And so what I'm doing is, I put out a thread on Twitter that it's like a whole guide on how to get started on Bitcoin, how to create your ordinals wallet, how to fund it, how to mint a BRC20 token on Bitcoin, how to trade it on secondary, and then I put all those steps together for people. It had, I think, like 12,000 views. It had something like over 50 bookmarks, and it got a lot of traction. A lot of people really enjoyed that, and that's what I'm bringing to my holders. I want to make sure that they're aware of what's going on in crypto, what are the latest trends, and then what are new opportunities. And I want to bring those opportunities here. One of them that's happening right now is with like some BRC20 tokens are launching, and they have a lot of hype behind them, right? And to me, these are opportunities because most of them are free mints. And there was a launch a couple weeks ago called OXBT. That was the first BRC20 token that I ever minted, and I free minted 5,500 of them, and today they're worth like over $500. And to me, that's an opportunity that I want to bring to my holders. So for the next one, the next one that came was MXRC. That was another token launched by a very large account, like a person that has a large account. And that one was very, hyped, and a lot of people were trying to get in on that one. Luckily, Jack was able to mint that one. None of us, because there was so many people on it, none of the other people that I know were able to mint, but Jack did. And so it was a free mint. He paid maybe $15 in BTC gas fees.
Yeah.
And then now that's worth, like $150 on secondary, that he can then go trade it for. So it's, things like that. Is what we'll try to do, and kind of bring in more alpha. Yeah.
So Paul, I know you're kind of mainly a BSC guy. Now imagine jumping in right before Safe Moon, whatever, and there was no pancake swap. Okay, it's like that's what's going on with these BTC20 tokens. Is you have to trade the pancake swap looks so primitive, and it's so complicated on how to use it, but it's like the new meta. So I encourage you to kind of look as it's starting, just look at this stuff. I mean, it's crazy looking because pancake swap, you put your token in, it's easy. It's an easy swap. This is a process. I mean, it's like, imagine when you first bought Safe Moon and you had to go on to Pancake Swap and how many steps you thought that was. No, these BTC20s, it's like 6 more steps and you feel like a computer scientist after you've sold some tokens on there. It's really
it sounds pretty awesome. I have actually heard of it as well. And I am mostly on Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. But yeah, definitely wouldn't mind having a look at some point. But just coming back to Fonzie itself, I saw on the website that you mentioned something about unique utilities in the future. Are we talking maybe NFTs, or what kind of utilities are you talking about? Or have you revealed anything to anyone yet?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, like publicly, but like one thing I wanted to start doing is like really like add some kind of like token gating, and make it more of like an alpha group. So the value for holding Fonzie tokens you would get access to our alpha, and that alpha is things that I mentioned earlier about, like, you'll be up to date with like the most recent trends, what's going on in crypto,
Yeah.
new opportunities, and those will be like exclusive for holders. And there's some really cool on Discord. I know there's a bot called Collabland, and it token gates access to the Discord. They also have it available for Telegram too. So you can also set like some limits. Let's say like you have to own a certain amount of Fonzie tokens to be able to access the alpha, things like that. Those are some ideas, but that's what I was. That's what I've been considering, kind of pivoting towards, as like as we evolve Fonzie Coin.
Okay.
Can I
Great.
give a spoiler on the cross-chain NFT idea?
Please do.
Well, I'm asking Fonzie.
I'm saying please do.
Oh yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Well, it's so one thing. Froggy Friends is a super successful NFT group. It's getting pretty huge, and the price just keeps going up on these things. But I know that one thing that Fonzie had mentioned previously, and this may be a little bit of a spoiler, but just being able to carry your NFT to multiple chains. And in the future, we don't know what those NFTs. I mean, NFTs are amazing. They can be keys to unlock doors, to do all kinds of crazy, awesome things. You may have there's a lot of different utilities they can have, but none of them so far are able to go cross-chain and go chain to chain to chain. And I know that's something that he mentioned that he had been working on, and I think that's going to be life-changing stuff.
For sure. I haven't heard anything like that before, so that sounds pretty amazing, especially if you manage to pull it off. Absolutely.
Yeah, I can talk about that. So for like I mentioned earlier, I've been a NFT project founder for over a year with Froggy Friends, and it's one of the next steps that we're looking to really go into is go omni-chain. Right, and that's like the ability to move your NFT across multiple chains, and we're in the process of doing that right now. We're migrating. We're going to be migrating our NFTs to like a new standard that's going to let our holders take portals from chain to chain, and that list of supported chains is pretty large. We can't say too much about it yet,
Of course,
but that's
a teaser
really,
though.
yeah,
It's really good.
That's our plan.
Yeah, no, that sounds absolutely amazing. Now, just and I'd love to hear more about that in the future again. So on your website, it says plans for, and you have, of course, 1inch, Coin98, Gate.io, CMC, CG, MetaMask Trust Wallet. You've all there, all of them kind of, I guess, shaded out a bit. So these are obviously kind of your goals of some targets you'd like to hit with Fonzie. So can you tell me a bit about that? What is your approach here? How are you planning to get, say, onto Gate.io if it was to happen? Obviously your market cap would have to increase a bit, but do you have a kind of an actual linear path that you're going to go down to do that? Or, even if it's not Gate.io, just any of these in general, Coin98, 1inch, whatever, anything there.
Yeah, I think that like a general rule for those projects is they like if you hit certain volume milestones or thresholds, then they will be more likely to list you. I think we still have quite a ways to go for that. But the pivot to more alpha and like education, I think is going to be something that people would want to be a part of, and they would like, get a certain amount of Fonzie tokens to be able to access it, and I think that can lead to volume. So that's our goal right now, to provide value to holders and to try to generate volume as well. And I did pull it up on the previous topic about switching from chain to chain. So BNB chain is on the list. So you imagine you have your frog on ETH, you can take a portal to BNB, and your froggy friend would follow you there.
There'll be frogs everywhere.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So in terms of liquidity, say down the road when you do start looking at maybe exchange and stuff like that, do you have liquidity that you've put to the side, or that you'd be able to, that maybe some investors have bought, that you'd be able to provide to exchanges?
Yeah. So we, like I mentioned, like the general rule is like, let the exchanges purchase the supply and list us, because otherwise they charge enormous fees to get you listed on there. We've already gone through that process with one exchange, and it was it's not ideal, right? Like to put up the capital to do that. If you're trending and you have volume, they will list you for free. And they'll buy tokens off of the market and use that to create a market making account. So knowing that kind of shapes the way that I view exchanges, in a way where, like, okay, if you take care of providing demand and then generating volume, that they will do the rest. Yeah, true. On your website as well, I noticed you have your own little kind of swap on there. Do you collect, say, fees for marketing or anything off that? Does it get used much, or is it just, occasionally someone might use it just to buy and sell? Yeah, so that's our Uniswap widget. It plugs in directly to the Uniswap liquidity pool that we have, which has 0 taxes. So you can use it for free. It doesn't cost anything, and you can perform the swaps directly on the website.
Okay, yeah, very nice, very nice. Now, I was wondering what you thought of this, but who is stronger, Pepe or Fonzie?
Oh yeah, I have to say Fonzie, right? Like Fonzie. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Fonzie in some of our memes, but he's a total Chad. Like,
yeah, he's pretty big.
He's buff. Yeah. I think he could beat Pepe.
Yeah, he's a bit taller anyway. He's a bit beefier. And is there any animal on the planet that is bigger than Fonzie?
Yeah, animal wise, I mean bears are pretty huge.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have any other things you'd like to talk about, say about the future of Fonzie or anything like that? Before we probably move on to questions or something from some of the listeners after that.
Yeah, no, I just want to just kind of reemphasize that, like, I'm gonna be working on growing my account as well, and I feel like as my account grows, so do the things that I created grow. And I'm currently at 15.5k followers on Twitter. I'm aiming for 100,000 followers. And I've been growing steadily, so I want to become one of the top accounts on crypto Twitter and have the influence that you need to succeed in this space. And and that's what I'm working towards. And as I do that, opportunities will come, and I will funnel those opportunities back to my holders.
Okay, that's great. So I guess some questions maybe from the audience now. So obviously we had Jack talking earlier, so we could probably bring Jack on for a bit, and when someone else puts up their hand, that we'll bring them on instead, okay? Okay, Jack, you can speak away there. If you're still there. Okay. I don't know if Jack's there. So do we have any questions from anyone about Fonzie? We've plenty of listeners here. If you don't feel like it, you don't have to actually speak yourself. You can maybe write a comment inside in the Telegram and we'll ask it. It's up to you. So if you feel like talking, I know we had a couple of people put up their hands earlier. So if you want to put up your hand again, we can unmute you and you can ask some questions. And again, you can just drop a comment if you have a question and you don't actually feel like speaking. You can just drop a comment in the chat. Okay. I guess just while we're waiting, one more question there. So Peppa is Pepe's wife. Would Fonzie ever pursue her?
Yeah. I would think so. If that were a comic book, I would see that happening.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So we have Picasso Blanco here. I'm just going to allow you to speak now. So yeah, work away if you have some questions. Picasso Blanco. So either Picasso Blanco. Yeah. Work away. Ask your questions. Yeah. Go.
That what was the all-time high of the project, and for how long has it been launched?
Yeah, Fonzie Coin has been out for about 4 weeks, and all-time high in terms of market cap was, let me see. It's difficult to say. We had an initial starting cap, but we burned half of the supply, and that kind of jumbled the numbers up. So I think that maybe 2 million, I would say, was around the starting cap. Yeah.
Okay. And I think, did you ask another question there as well, Picasso? Oh yeah, it was just when it was launched. It was about 4 weeks ago. I think you mentioned earlier too.
Oh no, I got.
Okay. I've unmuted. Was it Llama there? Yeah, Llama. If you have any questions, you can ask them. And again, Jack, you can jump in with questions if you feel like it too. You're unmuted.
Hey, I kind of wanted to ask Fonzie a question. Fonzie, at the start of the AMA mentioned about...
Sorry, Llama. I'm just going to unmute you there. You're echoing. Okay, go ahead there, Ness.
Thanks. You mentioned like how Fonzie it's like its own original IP. So what are some possibilities that can work for Fonzie because of that? He's his own IP, because that's really important. Like I was in a Twitter space for some other token just because I saw Pepe in there, right? So I just wanted to hear it. But they were talking about this other project, and they had on like a special guest, right? This guy named David Horvath. He was a cartoonist. Yeah, and he went on there and he pleaded with them, like, guys, please, like, don't really pursue making projects using like characters created by someone else. Like, they worked really hard on it, and it's really hard for them to protect their own IP. and they just totally like ignored him, and he just like left the space. Like I felt really bad for him. So I'm really proud that Fonzie is like, its own original thing. So having said all that, my question, like I said, is what are some possibilities that you guys, I know you and Yummy have mentioned a few things before, and you haven't mentioned them now. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and I know David Horvath. He when he started releasing his art in 2021, I bought a few of his early pieces, and or a few of his early NFT art pieces, and I think I still have them to this day. But yeah, I am familiar with his work. In terms of like people stealing IP to use it for coins, yeah, that's you are making money off of somebody else's work, and profiting off of it, and I think that is unethical. With Fonzie Coin, the artwork is like my own IP that I have the rights to. So there's no issues there. Like we're not going to run into one of those problems.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so we have a few hands up there. I'm just going to bring on Llama first because will you just turn the volume off on your computer or something, Llama, there, because there was a bit of an echo. You can ask a question there if you feel like it. Llama? Okay. I'm just going to mute the next person on the list, Ska. Okay, Ska, do you have any questions for the guys? Okay.
Hello.
Hey, Llama.
Good evening.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm going to mute myself because there's a delay. There's a
Current market cap. What is the marketing plan? Can you get me?
I think she said, what's the marketing plan?
Yeah, I talked about this earlier. How I'm currently growing my account and working towards growing it. I have currently about 15.5 thousand followers on Twitter, and I'm looking to grow to. I'm aiming for 100,000 followers, and as that number increases, and so does influence, and influence leads to things like volume and like opportunities that come my way. Well, when your account gets large enough, you start getting greeted by certain people, and they might have some like opportunities for new things that are coming out. They'll send them your way to try to like disperse to your community. I'll always put my holders first. That's usually how things work behind the scenes. I've learned this being a founder of an NFT project for over a year, how like teams work with each other behind the scenes, and how opportunities get dispersed among people in crypto, and so I'm gonna use that to ultimately benefit my holders.
And plus we've got we're continuing AMAs, Twitter Spaces, obviously shilling on Twitter, shilling on Telegram. So there's your basic marketing strategies going on behind the scenes as well. But yeah, I think Fonzie is right. I mean, if he's not going to be the influencer, but we find an influencer, this thing goes absolutely parabolic. And I think that's one thing that we need is that that one influencer to come in and literally just take us to the moon, But because I mean the token's got everything, super safe. It's you've got an amazing dev behind the project. It's already got amazing projects. They've already done. The reputation is great. The great team behind it. The community is amazing. It has all the fundamentals just to soar to. I mean, this honestly, I'm not even joking. This could be $100 million project pretty easily.
Absolutely, it's very unique, and of course, like you're here right now, you're proven you're going out there, and of course we're partnered with Squid Grow Joe, so we're going to be posting this on his YouTube channel as well, and of course into the future we'd like to help you again with other things, but it's great to see that Fonzie himself, he has a big following there, and he's looking to increase that too. He obviously has success in the past and still currently to this day. So hopefully a lot of that success translates over to Fonzie as well. I think it probably will. Sometimes when you get a good enough dev, people just follow that dev wherever they go. So that's really nice signs right there. I am going to unmute Musa because you seem to have your hand up for a while. If you have any questions there, Musa. And I'll also unmute. I'll unmute the. Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead there, Scott. You have a question?
I was thinking. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm new here, so I was kind of thinking, is this token already listed on any CEX exchange, or would you like to get connects, and what are the future prospects? What are we looking at on the long run?
Okay, so Fonzie Wafflejaw basically is asking if you are currently listed on exchanges or future plans to list on exchanges.
Yeah. I think so. We're listed on 2 exchanges. One of them is CoinStore, and then the second one was I can't remember the name. Waffle might know the name.
I think it was Bilaxi. I'm not sure how you say it. Bilaxi. I'm not sure, but that's I think that's the second one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, let's call it Bilaxi. So Bilaxi and CoinStar it's currently listed for trading on there.
That's great. And we have Ska there. If you want to ask your question now. I'm going to unmute. Yeah, go ahead there. Yeah, work with.
Okay, I'm really curious. Are we going to be listing on CX?
Sorry, there's a vibration in. Could you repeat that question?
Yeah, so they were asking if it was going to be released on another exchange, I believe.
Scott,
yeah,
was that your question? Okay. I guess answer whatever question you heard her ask.
Another exchange. I think that it's really up to the exchanges to decide if they want to list us. What they usually do is they list projects based off of volume. Obviously, when there's a lot of volume, they're losing out on money by not listing a project. So what we have to take care of is making sure that there's demand for the token and there's value for the token. That will lead to volume and then the exchanges listing us.
Okay. I'm just going to bring you back on, Ska. You're unmuted there again. If you want to follow up question there. Okay, AFX is here. All right, go on.
It's been a nice journey. It's been very educative So I just wanted to ask where the team is from.
Okay. Thanks for that question there, AFX.
And also,
So, where is the team from?
Yeah, U.S. based. So I'm US based out here in the West Coast, and then I believe the others are from. Well, yeah, I'll let them answer, but generally all from the U.S.
Okay. Cool. So, guys, you don't have to answer that if you don't want to. That's fine. That's entirely up to you. Like, you know,
We're all fully doxxed around here. Ain't no scams.
I know that, but still.
I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. So that's where I'm from. And Yummy is also, he's from the South. He lives in Missouri.
Cool. And
Ness,
I
where
guess.
you from?
Yeah. He's from Scotland.
I live in South Texas, pretty close to the new SpaceX launch pad in Boca Chica Beach. So you might see Fonzie there.
Okay. All right. So we have a couple more people there. I'm just going to mute Hassan. If you have a question there, please ask away. All right, I'm going to unmute the lot of you, and whoever gets to ask your question first, work away. So, all of you who had your hands up, you're all unmuted. Please, whoever talks first, let that person talk and ask their question. So, we have Al-Ahideen, Ska, Hassan, Django, Sarah, Lama. You're all unmuted. If any of you have any questions, please ask. Okay. All right. Well, no one's coming out with any questions there. That's fine. I think we definitely covered a lot, and maybe if you guys have any closing statements before we finish off.
Just wanted to share Fonzie coin is trading on decentralized exchanges. So Uniswap, Uniswap is where you can go to permissionless.
Sorry, you just cut out there after permissionless.
Yes, sorry, I was having a little echo. But Fonzie is live on Uniswap, and you can go there and acquire Fonzie tokens.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to let Baymax ask one question here. Please ask away. Baymax. Okay. All right. I was going to mute you again. All right. And Musa, you have a chance to ask one more question. So, Musa, you are unmuted.
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to say thank you all. I appreciate the AMA, and with all these infos that I've gotten so far, I can tell it's a very good project. And yes, I'm surely gonna put my bag in this one for sure. But I'd like you to give us a little rundown on the tokenomics, so we know how to put the bag in. If we're gonna be staying for a long time, because as the market is now, it's a bit of a push and pull here and there, up and down, pumps and dips. So
okay. In terms of the tokenomics.
It's 0% tax, which is why you see some of those ups and downs, because it doesn't cost you any. There's no real tokenomics. Cost you nothing to get in. Easier for you to get out. Something you can easily day trade, and we actually kind of encourage that because we want volume for those exchanges to come around and start listing us for free. So Yeah, there's no tokenomics, zero tax, zero in, zero out. Perfectly a day tradable token.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, 0% tax tokens, especially on Ethereum, seem to be doing quite well recently. Of course, with Ethereum, the only thing you're really dealing with is gas fees, but I guess they're kind of not too bad again at the moment. It was only just when there was a lot of congestion there a few weeks back, but I guess that can also be a good thing too. The fact that there are kind of slightly larger gas fees, because it means you're generally able to build a floor with slightly more solid investors than you could generally find over in the Binance Smart Chain. So it is good to see projects on ETH as well. I guess if any of you don't have anything else to say, please jump in now if you do.
I had one more thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, work away.
If you guys go on the comments, I posted a sticker that says "No FUD" here.
I see it.
So that
Very nice.
Somebody asked about if Fonzie would get with Pepe's wife or whatever. This is Fonzie's girlfriend, and I'm just gonna say she's gonna have to do a little more than cooking and cleaning and stuff to get Fonzie's attention, if you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Guys, check out that sticker pack as well. Just add that sticker pack in. There's some brilliant stickers inside in there. And looking at Fonzie now, it's very original name, original type of frog. Definitely a bit of competition for Pepe in the future. Maybe meme coins make a bit of a comeback soon, and even if they don't, some of them are going to just pop up out of nowhere. You definitely have a very solid team. Great group of lads here. So that was brilliant. Loved having you guys on from Fonzie, and maybe we can do this in the future again. But I guess thanks very much, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having us. Much love.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.